So as previously discussed, yeah, we're on tour 1998 on the Warped Tour. This was in Missouri, I'm going to say something like that. No, it wasn't. It was in Boulder, Colorado, because on the way, Kevin Lyman's the guy that runs the Warped Tour. Funny looking guy, always rides a longboard around.
Yeah.
In the 90s, everyone rode longboards around. And in the morning, he rode past our tent, setting up our merch tent as we did every day. Ever been to Boulder? No. Beautiful place. And then he just rides off. And that seems completely normal and fine.
Yeah.
Except for the way the day pans out. So we're doing our normal day. We play our show, selling our merch. Got a few friends from previous shows and stuff hanging around. And at the end of every day, you have to count out to the local promoter and pay them a percentage of your merchandise.
Yeah.
And no one ever does that. What they do is they bring more merch in secretly, pretend they haven't sold as much, and pay a much lower percentage.
I like that.
Which is fraudulent and wrong, and we definitely did it. And so anyway, so that was what we were getting towards. It was towards the end of the day, and this guy was buying merch, whatever. This drunk guy ends up, as we're starting to pack up and stuff, ends up turning around and knocking our tour manager and all the stuff he's carrying over, and like all the merch and stuff, and this guy's very apologetic, and our tour manager is quite a big man. He's like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? And this guy's, sorry, dude, sorry. Here, have some acid. And he pulls out this big bit of cardboard, like it just looks like he's ripped it off the back of a
cereal box.
A cereal box. Exactly. And we're just like, what is this? Just fuck off, dude. And so we look at it, I'm like, oh look, he gave us some acid. Oh wow. Oh, let's fucking, oh wow, crawl on acid. Oh. And you can see where this story's leading.
I can.
Because half an hour to 45 minutes later, we all realised that we had accidentally taken a lot of acid. And I was a 19-year-old dude who was not that well versed in the ways of anything like that.
Yeah.
So suddenly, 4 of us, all on acid, in Boulder, Colorado, at which point our manager swears blindly that Kevin Lyman rolls back past on his longboard going, told you so. That may not have happened. And an hour, and so we have to count out all this merch before the promoter comes. We've got to try and smuggle merch in. Forget all that. We're throwing it in the van. We're running away. We get the hell out of town.
Shit.
And I ended up in a spa with some friends of mine in this dodgy hotel we're staying in. And our manager reckons every time he came past me, which he did quite a lot because he was walking around quite a lot that night, as you can imagine, I kept sinking lower and lower in the spa. And he was sure that he was going to come back, and I would just be an eyeball in a cup and a pair of boxer shorts floating around in the spa. So that was the end of a fairly ridiculous day. Oh yeah, no, sorry, there's so much more. Gosh, I'm so crap at telling stories. We had to meet our publicist that night, or our American publicist had laid on a massive spread for us in her house with her new boyfriend, and we turned up and we're just like, I'm sorry, I can't eat. She made vegan food for all of us and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't eat. I have to go to the spa now. I'm sorry. Anyway,
and the spa, like the heat and the steam of the spa would probably like make it even more
I
intense.
can imagine. I can't remember really too much about it at all. It was just one of those things that I don't want to be like this right now, but there's nothing I can do about it.
So you just got to sort of
I get in a spa.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the thing to do. Apparently, as a 19-year-old, it's definitely taught me a few things about life.
That tied in really well with what I want to ask you next. I want to talk about veganism because
Right. Or spas.
I thought about, spas are good, but I mean, I know enough about spas.
Okay,
Now. I
I'm
know
sure
how
you
to
do.
control the temperature and what you want. A 41, roughly a 41, I think is
you
good.
do know spas.
Yeah, no, make sure the bubble jets are on as well. Although you've got to turn it up another degree because the bubble jets are cold. So
Whoa, there you go. That's some inside spa.
a bit of spa banter, bit of Sparta.
Yeah.
Because late last year I sort of started to think about the prospect of becoming a vegan. Now I'm quite an unhealthy person in terms of what I do eat at the moment. I'm not getting enough nutrients. I'm relying very much on supplements and stuff to assist.
Wow.
And I don't eat fruit at all.
That's a problem.
Haven't eaten a piece of fruit in 16 years. So
I just ate a banana before I left my house. Seriously.
people don't get it. People are like, "How are you not dead yet?"
I know.
I don't get it.
Our drummer didn't eat fruit, and he was vegan for quite some time. He eats a bit of fruit now, but I went vegan when I was about pretty much 16 years ago, I imagine.
Yeah.
Just when I was about 20, and the thing for me was I was always unhealthy. Grew up in the Shire. Food wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Food was not. There was no gourmet stuff. I ate crumbed chicken for dinner with peas from the microwave. That was essentially my dinner.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I went vegan that I actually started going, wow, this is amazing food. Became a real like food lover, and I just love ridiculous foods and tasty foods and stuff, and sourcing the best place in every city to go that I must go to eat food.
How much time do you have to dedicate to actually make sure you're eating properly? And
Yeah, well, I'm lucky because I'm a boy.
Yeah.
And it's obviously harder for girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just have to Jen, my girlfriend, has the best idea. You just eat as much different colors as possible.
Yeah,
and
right.
It's that means you get all the different nutrients. I'm sure there's more to it than that. I'm sure nutritionists will tell you. But if you eat enough green stuff, there's lots of greens. You have lots of greens.
Yeah.
And these days, every second fucking shop is a kale shop.
Exactly.
So there's,
they've got a kale section at least.
Exactly right. I saw, where was I? I must have been riding my bike up to here, and I saw something that said something like, we have organic blah, 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 and kale. Like, kale is a selling point right now. I didn't even... Yeah, like kale was not a selling point or a word in the language.
Yeah, exactly.
Years ago.
It's the first person I knew that took kale or drank kale. Make it sound like a drug.
Inject it, mainline it straight in.
Is Osher Gunsberg.
Ah, yeah, of course. He's been vegan as long as I have.
Yeah, he's a really...
He's done more McDonald's ads than I have.
Good point.
He's been a vegan, but that's cool. He has to pay the bills.
Exactly. They were the major sponsor of Idol for, I think, the entire run of it. Yeah, so it sort of makes sense. And I mean, you've got to make those sorts of sacrifices.
Osher was great. He always does that stuff.
He sort of inspired this with his podcast because it's very similar to this. It's, he just has a conversation.
He hasn't asked me to be on this.
Yeah.
Missed a call from... Come on, Osh.
Because, he's the first person that sort of introduced the idea of kale. And now a few of my friends have sort of started to, as they become more worldly, they've sort of started to move on to the kale, not the kale, the vegan, the attempted vegan diet.
Really, and that's the thing, you haven't, that's the problem that everyone goes, all right, I'm going to be vegan now, and that's it.
Yep.
And as a result, it's really hard when you first start, and you think if you fail once, then that's it.
Yep.
There's no point. And there's no animal going, well, actually, you've accidentally eaten some butter oil in that, so you're no vegan anymore, and there's no point being, you may as well just have another go at it, or just do whatever you can do, like whether you're going to just be someone that eats no meat or no red meat or no dairy products or just doesn't wear stuff. Like, there's so many different aspects of it.
Yeah.
And all of it is better than doing nothing. I get angry when there's people like who think that because you are not the world's most perfect human and most PC human in terms of every aspect of your life, then you may as well not do anything. The dude on Triple J the other day saying that because those Biennale protesters who were protesting that the major sponsor was a company that ran a detention center, because those same people probably also supported companies like McDonald's and Coca-Cola and stuff, that there was no point protesting against the Biennale's major sponsor. And I'm like, no, he's got to do something. You can't just be like, that person is legitimizing laziness and complacency, as opposed to championing the pronunciation of difficult words, like championing worlds. So you got like just doing something good. And that's the thing. And I used to be a bit of a prick about it. I remember two people came up to me to get their autograph after a Newcastle gig, and they had McDonald's in their hands, and I snapped at them. And my bandmates were like, "What are you doing that for?" That's no... Like, they were nice. They had no idea. They didn't think, oh, shit, Lindsay's around. Hide the fucking Big Mac. you don't have to hide. That's what I'm trying to say, kids. You don't have to hide the Big Mac around me.
Yeah, because I
want to see your Big Mac.
I think I can do no red meat. I think that's what I'm going to sort of start with at least. Yeah. And that's going to be easy. And then I'm sort of going to try and phase everything else out from there. Because I feel like, red meat, blood... It sort of hits home.
I'm not going to tell you. I used to love steak.
Fucking, there's nothing better. But I just feel like it's really at the point where I know enough now. I'm educated enough to know that.
And there's enough. You can get enough of other cool stuff. You can eat well without having
exactly.
To eat,
And if that takes me an extra 20 minutes a week, so be it. So.
To go, instead of like that, go like that on the menu and point to the chicken options.
Exactly.
That's your 20 minutes a week going like that.
That's it. Instead of my double beef and bacon, I'll say the extra word, which is double chicken and mayonnaise with lettuce. So,
how good is that? Thing is, you should try. Do you ever try fake meat? Like, I don't eat it that often, but there's some damn good ones.
Yeah?
I love eating a fake chicken schnitzel with mayonnaise.
It just doesn't...
It doesn't have the same...
No.
It doesn't have the same cruelty about it.
Yeah, I just love the feeling of...
hurting enough of the world.
I know. I don't feel like I'm killing people enough.
No. I do like the feeling of killing people.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. I'm just gonna go kill a person
Yeah,
now.
actually, what is the time?
We better wrap this shit up and go kill people.
Yeah.
Sorry, a bit of banterians. We're gonna have to
We should go just so we
got
can
some killing
so
to
we
do.
can do a murder. We can do a murder.
But it's not. Don't tell the police.
No, this is
It's
the
good
internet,
murder.
this is safe. Aren't you allowed to say anything on the internet and get away with it? Isn't that the
That's
new
the-
rule?
yeah.
I'm allowed to be a bigot. I know that much.
Yes, you are.
Well,
yes.
pretty much. So.
Well, I mean, you should be able to be anyway. I mean, you should be
Yeah.
able to offend everyone else.
Yeah, that's one of our rights enshrined in the Constitution. We don't have
Exactly.
That the coalition government's been trying to uphold.
All hail George Brandis. Anyway, that's a discussion for
That
a
is,
completely
it's a-
different bit of
yeah.
banter.
But this is fun. This is cool.
Thanks,
I like
man.
Being here in this little studio.
It's big, isn't it?
It is quite. It's quite large.
Quite
yes.
large, isn't it? Lindsay McDougall, it has been an absolute pleasure, man.
Thank you.
It's been good.
That's fun.
I've really enjoyed learning a lot more about you than I already knew.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope you've enjoyed it.
You-
radio, not supposed to say everyone.
The viewer,
You, yeah.
the viewer
You,
at
yeah.
home or on the train
Yeah.
if you're watching it on
No,
your
what train
on your
has
mobile
good enough
device.
service?
Exactly.
Especially in the Central Coast of Sydney or Wollongong, Sydney. There's no service. You're not watching this on a train unless you've downloaded it, in which
Yeah.
case you're weird.
Exactly. Why would you do that? That's fucking creepy. Thank you very much, Doc.
No worries.
Go and check him out. Triple J weekdays 3 to 5:30 p.m. Plays in Frenzal Rhomb, does some other shit on the side. So
I'll see you there.
done.